Hello viewers, this is Ethirajan from Balsu Success Academy. Today we are going to see about current affairs of June month 2019. So before we get into this current affairs, I could say something. Definitely if there is a current affair for you, if there is a news of that particular month, the only thing which you need to do is you have to remember that particular news. So how are we going to remember that news? I know three aspects to remember a news, which is called as where, when, what, and sometimes these two are necessary, how and why. Apart from this, I have another technique for you which is called as memory key. So when you heard a news, or when you read a news or a fact from say June 2019, if you get a reference to that particular memory key, this will directly take you to that particular news. So how are we going to do this? Let us see. So the first news here is India ranked 95th among 129 countries in Global Gender Equality Index. So what is that? Global Gender Equality Index. So what was India's rank? India's rank was 95th among 129 countries. So while I say this, just note of the parts which is called as where, what, when, and then how and why. So how to remember this news? So first of all, let us get some elaborate things about this news. What is Gender Equality Index? So it is a UK based research where they keep some parameters called as equality, poverty, and then equality in the workforce. These are the some of the parameters. With these parameters, they judge the country and then they give a rank which is called as Global Gender Equality Index. So our India has got 95 among 129 countries. And obviously you might have popped out with one question, then what is the first country which has got number 1 Global Equality Index? That is Denmark. So how to remember this number? This number crunch is very important, right? How to remember this number? So the memory key here is 95. Number 95 is called as angel number. So number 95 is called as angel number. So what is angel number? Angel number, if this number occurs you in the life, they call this as a freedom to you, a positivity to you. So I think the Gender Equality Index is somewhat correlated to freedom and positivity. So that is how you remember this news. The next news is Kolhapuri Chapel gets geographical indication tag. Okay. So the news is Kolhapuri Chapel. So what is so special about this news? What? GI tag. So this particular Kolhapuri Chapel has been shared by among two states which is called as Maharashtra and Karnataka. Of course, there are issues regarding like people saying that this Kolhapuri Chapel indigenously belongs to Maharashtra. But let us keep the issues apart and then remember this news in a different way. So let us elaborate this news first of all. Kolhapur Chapel is famous for its making of vegetable dye and its purest form of leather. That is so special about Kolhapuri Chapel. First of all, what is geographical indication tag? Okay, geographical indication tag is a tag given to a particular product saying that that product certainly belongs to that global territory, uniquely belongs to that global territory. That is called as geographical indication tag. So this Kolhapur Chapel is famous for its pure form of leather, as I already said, and it is famous for another thing. It is handcrafted by the people for many years. Okay, how to remember this news? So Kolhapur Chapel is famous for its T-shaped structure. So this is how a Kolhapuri Chapel looks like, and it is famous for its quality. They say if we maintain it to the little, it will give up a life of at least to 5 to 6 years, it seems. So because it is a T-shaped chapel and it gets a tag, right? The next news is there is something called as FATF. So the abbreviation goes like this: Financial Action Task Force. So what is so special about this financial task force? Saudi Arabia is the first Arab countries to get a full membership in this financial task force organization. So how do they get this? They have been an observer member from 2015, and after following all the guidelines of this financial action task force, they have got a membership. Now why FATF? Okay, Financial Action Task Force, as the name says, this particular organization takes care of all the anti-money laundering and terror financing activities. They just stop these activities, they just try to eliminate these activities. So how to remember this news? Okay, let us get into this whereabouts of this news. There are totally 39 members in this Financial Action Task Force, and there are totally 22 Arab countries. With an addition of Saudi Arabia, now there are 39 members in Financial Action Task Force. Now, the question may be different. So, which Arab country got the first membership in FATF? That might be the question. So, how to remember this news? Okay. Now, I will say a memory key for this. We know that there are 22 Arab countries. Among these 22 Arab countries, Saudi Arabia is the only country to have Arabia, the name Arab in the country's name itself. So if they ask what is the first country to get a full membership for this Financial Action Task Force, definitely it is Saudi Arabia. Indian Navy launches its missiles in Gulf of Oman, and this operation is called as Sankalp. Indian Navy launches two missiles. Those are called as INS Chennai, INS Sanyana. These are the two missiles launched in Gulf of Oman. So why is this happening suddenly? Recently, there were some tensions between Tehran and Washington, and they attacked two tankers in Gulf of Oman. And we do have some tankers in Gulf of Oman, and we have to protect it. We have the resolution to protect it, right? So that's why we have sent two missiles, and we have called this operation called as Sankalp. US says that this has been done by Iran, but Iran has just eliminated these kind of accusations. Now, how to remember this operation's name? I have a good thing for you to remember this. In Sanskrit, Sankalp means resolution, will. They take Sankalpam, they do Sankalpam before doing an action. So, India have taken a Sankalp to protect its two missiles in Gulf of Oman. India's largest services company, TCS, has surpassed IBM in aspects of market capitalization. So, this is the news. TCS surpasses IBM in terms of market capitalization. Now, let us look at the whereabouts of this news. First of all, what is market capitalization? The number of outstanding shares for a company is called as market capitalization. So, TCS outstanding shares were higher in the month of June 2019 when it was compared to IBM. So, how to remember this news? Okay. So, let us speak some tricks about this. See, when you list out the alphabets from A to Z, I, B, M naturally surpasses T, C, S. All these three letters surpasses these three letters. So that is how we have to remember this news. Mumbai is the most congested city in this world. Traffic Index of 2018 have released a report. Index 2018 have released a report of June month of 2019 saying that Mumbai is the number one in traffic and fourth city is Delhi. So India occupies two places in that. First is Mumbai, fourth is Delhi. This was done by a group called as TomTom, a France-based group, and they have been doing this for past few years, and then they have come into this conclusion saying that Mumbai is the most congested city. So how to remember this news? We know that Mumbai is the business capital and it is most wealthiest capital of India, and it is also called as entertainment capital. So if there is wealth and entertainment in the same place, definitely it must be crowded, right? That's why it has more traffic. Climate activist Greta Thunberg has been awarded Amnesty Human Rights Award. We all be aware of this woman called as Greta Thunberg, but she has been awarded this award, particular award, in June month of 2019. For what? She organized a protest called as Fridays for Future. Basically, she is a Swedish woman and she is 16-year-old. She was awarded for this brave act by Amnesty Human Rights. This is basically a UK-based organization which was started in the year 1960. So, how to remember this news? Why Amnesty Human Rights recognized this person? Because of her bravery and then her determination to act against the environmental hazards. So, isn't it great about it? That's why she has the name called as Greta Thunberg. The only Indian among Forbes' highest paid athletes is Mr. Virat Kohli. And Lionel Messi tops this list. He is the only Indian among the athletes. And how to remember this news? You know what is his rank in this list? His rank is 100th rank, which slipped from 83rd rank last year. So these are the numbers. To remember this number, you know what is Kohli is famous for, right? Hitting hundreds. UAE is the first Gulf country to launch an app against money laundering habits and financial terrorizing. So what is this app called as? Go AML. So basically this app is a software solution which collects the data regarding all the financial aspects, and this was launched by the special financial unit of UAE. So how to remember this name? Shall we say this as Go Money Laundering? Please go away.